Today we're going to talk about how to use our graphing calculator to solve problems from real-world situations. In this problem, we're looking at retirees receiving Social Security benefits from the years 1980 through 2002. R is the number in thousands of retirees, and T is the number of years, starting with year 0 as 1980. It's modeled by the equation R is equal to 0.629 t to the third minus 27.8 t to the second plus 744 t plus 19,600. The question is, in which year was the number of retirees receiving Social Security benefits about 28 million? Now, if we were to start by taking our TI-84 calculator and zooming to the standard size window, then we would probably go to y equals in order to enter the equation. If graphed in the standard window, you would not see this polynomial at all. Instead, you would see some flashing line segments moving up and down on the very far right-hand upper corner of your viewing window. What this means is that you definitely need to think about resizing your window so that you can see the polynomial curve. In order to reset the viewing parameters, we should be thinking very carefully about the domain and the range of the function. Since the y-intercept is 19,600, and the context of this problem suggests that the range will continue to rise over time, we need to think about the y value as not being negative at all, but getting to be somewhat large. The domain, on the other hand, which would be represented on the x-axis, goes from 0 to 22, since we're interested in years of 1980 through 2002, where 1980 is 0 and t is every year since the beginning of that counting interval. Once again, we would look back to the problem, and what we're really going to be looking for is a y value of 28 million, which is, in terms of thousands, 28,000. The domain we just discussed goes between 0 and 22. So what we might want to do is go to our viewing window and look at the domain where the x minimum is just slightly less than 0 and goes up to about 25, which would be several tick marks past 22 or 2002 as a year. The y minimum, we might want to go slightly below the x-axis to maybe -10, and then go up to about 30,000, which in thousands means we would go up to about 30 million. When we regraph with this new viewing window, we do get a portion of the curve showing up on our calculator. It could be even more helpful now to be looking at the table function of the calculator so that we can answer the question, what year did the number of retirees receiving Social Security actually surpass 28 million people? If we look at the table function of our graphing calculator, what we find is that the x's, of course, are the years since 1980, and if we look at year 18 to 19, the number of people did move above 28,000 for the first time, which tells us that the answer to the question is this must have happened during the year 1998.